G'day everyone, hope you're well. Alrighty, this is brand new boxing from Revell. It's just come out, probably months before it comes out of here, so I got it from England. Revell's 148 Bristol Beaufighter. So this was first new tooled in 2018. They did the TFX, I think the first one, or TF10. They did that. Then they did a night version, and now they've done this one. So I can't believe it was 2018. I thought it was only a couple of years ago, but there you go. Anyway, it's 148 scale. Don't know what that's about. They're telling you now. Build and paint, cement and paint not included. I haven't seen that before, but I guess they're just letting you know for people who don't know, I guess. And it's a opening lid box, not the... Usually they have the end opening crappy box that gets damaged, squashed. Alright. Oh no, it is sort of... So it opens up like this. Let me get all this out and remove that. So I've not seen the other kit. The first one that came out is probably the one I should have got, because I think that's the one you can do the Royal Australian Air Force with. The TF10 or TFX. Alright, in the picture. That's the highlights of what, telling you what's going on, sprue numbers, part numbers and things. Revell paint callouts are in there, brand of paint always, and I find them difficult, some of them to match, because they have weird name colours on, not everything, but some of their paints I've built in the past. I was left scratching my head. Sprues. More sprues. So it's laid out well. Alright, into the build. So you're in the cockpit. You got side panels going in, bulkhead behind there. Then the insert on the top with the instruments, throttle, levers, whatnot. The yoke, instrument panel, main instrument panel. You got decals for these. Seat going in. Bulkhead behind the cockpit. And okay, so you got these coming in the wing. Blanks going on. I guess when the wing's built, they slip over them by the looks of it. More gear going on the inside there. You got the seat platform at the back there for the guy in the back there. Decals going on this part. I'm not sure what purpose that is for. Looks like we got tubing or pipe work going in, and it runs from the cockpit down to the back. So then you're putting that seat on that platform, the base. It's just giving you the colour call out for it. There's no harnesses by the looks of it. The rear wheel, it's 2 halves, even the leg is 2 halves. That'll glue into the floor section. Got little doors going in there, but it doesn't say option for them open or closed. Fuselage halves, so you got the interior that you've just finished building going in. You got to paint the interior. Other half going on, the nose. So there is the original boxing nose in there as well as the new one. Clear part going on. It's got, so you got the canopy section. There's a separate piece that goes in. So I guess you can have that open, I don't know, or why it's separate. The gun sight has got to get glued in here as well to the actual canopy section. The bubble, clear bubble on the top, so you can have that open or closed. Onto the wings, you got the interior of the gear bay going inside. So there's a bit of detail by the looks of it on the interior of the nacelle and the gear bay, the bulkhead. Piece spar running across the rear of the trailing edge. Piece at the front, plugs in at the front, and then you got the wing halves coming together. So there's no actual engine details. Wing light, small, looks like radiator cap on the end there, or air cooling on the leading edge. Wing lights are separate pieces, clear parts, and you have the flaps going on. You got the option of neutral position or extended. If you're having them retracted, you need to cut tabs off. And the so there's two. You got the inner sections, and then you got the outers going on, same deal as the other ones. Ailerons, the two halves, nothing about posing them, although you may be able to by the looks of them. The access ladder, open or closed. Oh no, sorry, you do have some engine detail. Engines going together, exhaust going on. The cowl, the front of the cowl's got a ring, and it looks like your actual cowl are 3 pieces per engine. You got the exhaust running. So you got 3 pieces, and the exhaust is another section that they butt up against by the looks of it. You got option for cowl flaps open and closed. Engines going on. The exhaust, it looks like it has the Hedgehog exhaust, which is the ones the Royal Australian Air Force had, I believe. So maybe you can do this, the RAAF one, out of the box. Coolers going on top. There were 3 pieces. A couple of parts on the rear of the nacelle going on. Rear control sections, so your horizontals are 2 halves. The actual control surfaces are separate parts, 2 halves going on. Actuators get glued on separately. Tails and several parts. So you got front section quarter plugs into the spine, and then you got the rudder section going in. So it's two halves. Alright, we got two options here, so you got, if you look at that when we get to the end, which schemes, so you got different tail option for the gear up, so you can just plug on the gear doors, look like they're one piece. Building the landing gear, appears to be one piece for the main strut, and it glues onto the main bit, and then you got a couple of other little bits going in there and some more at the back. And wheels are two halves. So they're not handed by the looks of it, you just do two of the same and then put them in, so it doesn't look like you have to worry about left and right. It's 263. Okay. So you're actually gluing it in a couple of sections, so the bit you started off comes at the end. So it looks pretty complex for the gear. So you'd hope that that all goes together well. There's a lot of parts going together that have to slot into a position on the interior. So if you want your gear door open, you have to cut them. And propellers going on, look like they're one piece. And pitot under the wing. Antenna on the spine. So you got the two options here, but it looks like you got the long nose version and the normal. Alright, so this is the one with the longer nose. Mk.VI, BT-289, 46 Squadron, Royal Air Force, Gambit, Tunisia, 1944. So your green grey over black. So that's just the opposite side and the bottom side, and the oh, here you go. It's Australian Air Force boxing. Oh, sorry, in the box. Now I know which one I'm doing. Right, aircraft number A19120, 30 Squadron, Royal Australian Air Force, Kirwina, Papua New Guinea, late 1943. They're saying dark sea grey, slate grey, and the RAAF sky, which was different to the Royal Air Force sky. But before I went and painted this, I'd be checking that the colour callouts are correct, because some Australian aircraft had foliage green, which is a colour unique to our aircraft. So I'd have to check that. But to definitely be my choice. Alright. They all look good. The decals, they're very nice. It's their own decals, but it looks like they print them themselves. in-house. Alright, I'm just grabbing what's on top. As I mentioned, I haven't seen this kit previously. What do we got going on here? I don't know if that shows up. Looks like speckles, silver speckles through it. Alright. Odd. Must be in the plastic because I can't feel it. It's like a silver speckle. I don't know. Anyway, you got recessed panel lines. No rivet details. Just fit some rivets on the little access or maintenance hatches. It's a very dark silver grey plastic. It's smooth anyway, but I still don't understand with all that speckling going on. At least these days they put them inside where you can't see it. Some of their old kits, they put them on the wings and weird places. You got two, I didn't notice that in the book, but you got two instrument panels, so you be careful you use the right one. Even all these parts have got that speckling through it, so I'm guessing that's how they do it. Bit of flash around the rudder pedals here and there. So the other instrument panel side ones, the mount for the rear seat, bit of flash on that tail as well, needs cleaning up. That's that piping or whatever it was that runs from front to the back. Whether that was for oxygen supply or something, I don't know. That was the antenna for the spine, the pitot, and that were the parts on the fuselage that the wings plug into. Right, now I really want to let you know it's their kit. They've stamped it again. So there's actually 3 noses because there's 2 different ones there, and somewhere else there'll be the longer nose. Yeah, seats have got like, okay, this one has got harnesses moulded into it, which are pretty ordinary. That one's just got lap belts, but that may have been, that's the rear seat, and they have only had lap belts. I don't know, but I'll be sanding them out and putting something else in there. Side sections of the cockpit. Alright, clear parts. Alright, they're bagged separate, but your main canopy's floating around, rubbing up against everything. I don't know if that's a part or a piece of sprue, so I think that was an option, that one. Optional part, I think I saw in the instructions, so you can see where you got to insert that piece. I'm not sure really. I'm guessing that you could open that panel, otherwise why would they mold it separately? looks pretty clear anyway, and it's not scratched. Fortunately, you got the bubble for the back. It's also nice and clear. Your wing lights, the sight. Set them separate over here. I'm going to put that back in the bag. I think it's just a piece of sprue, but just in case. Alright. You can hear the Super Hornets flying from Amberley Air Base in the distance. Must have some avgas money this week. Alright, there was the other nose. Alright, so same speckle through it. So you got the ribbing detail in the fuselage, and thankfully there is no ejection pin marks in it, but there are a couple here. I'm not sure if you'll see them or not, but there's a couple there, but at least that, not that you see much in there. The other one would be the same. There's one there, but it's easy enough to clean up those ones on the cockpit end, but again, like I said, I don't know if you'll see them or not. You may not have to worry about them. That looks all good. Alright, here was the other. Other nose for the British version. I actually like it. Looks nice with the bigger nose, but I can't pass up a Australian one. Sit in there. So it was alright. Let me grab the other one. So there's your two tail. So the Australian one should have had the. That's for the Australian one, so it's just the flat one. This is a British one with the angle up. There. Alright. So there's one of the cowl sections. I'm not a fan of that, but you just hope that it all fits together properly, because it's a one-piece one would be so much simpler, but anyway. Propellers. So yeah, that's the Hedgehog exhaust. So that's your, if you want the gear doors open, you have to cut down that line, or from the inside might be easy with a razor saw in there and cut it, or a sharp blade. Well, these parts are very long and thin, so be careful getting them off the sprues. The engines, not too bad for out of the box, I guess. Your closed cowl or flap, cowl flap, or open cowl flap. Wheels. Again, these are really long and pretty thin, so be careful getting them off them to avoid breakages. The exhausts. Alright, this should just be same again. so it's just same again. And as you saw, the landing gear is doesn't matter. It's not handed. That was that section of the back you had to put decals on. I'm not sure what the purpose of said part is. So there you go. It's I'll bring the book up because of that lid. So I'm not a fan of the plastic. The just odd. Feels alright and everything. I don't know what's got the flex through it. Anyway, definitely going on the list, this one, because I can do a RAAF. Beaufighter, the last one I did was a Tamiya one years ago, so this should be a bit more up to date, as in the panel lines, the modernised details that kits have now compared to the old stuff, even though the Tamiya one was a nice kit. But yeah, so I shall add still photos of the kit parts now. Thanks for watching.